Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's happening? Welcome to another edition, another episode of Not Right, Not Wrong.
Hey,
This is your boy, Just Ja, and I have with me my comrades and also a special guest of the WKPB family. We're going to start out with introducing Miss Sannette Nicole as our special guest tonight. Sannette, how are you, sis?
welcome, welcome, welcome.
I am, living, loving, and luxuriating per usual. How are you guys?
I am well. I am well. It's an honor for you to be a guest on our show.
Thank you so much for having me. I truly
take-
appreciate you guys.
Yes, to take part in this fun-filled episode.
Yes, I'm a fan of
Yes.
this show, I love any 92.6 fam, it's all a collective. So I love you guys and I appreciate you guys for asking me to come on today.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
Heart you back. We heart you back.
Thank you.
We heart you
Love
back.
energy, sending all my love energy.
Yes. D1, what's good, Empress? What's happening?
All's good. Everything's amazing. I'm happy to have some more estrogen in the space. Sannette Nicole, welcome.
For a change.
Oh, welcome.
For a change, right?
Yes.
For a change, right?
Yes. Another a beautiful empress in the place. Welcome.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
It's
Yes,
all about
yes.
the royalty. Like it's big feminine energy. I'm like the girliest girl you ever want to meet. So if you
Yes.
need estrogen, here it is.
Yes, we love it. It creates the balance. You dig.
Let's
You
go.
love the balance. You dig. That's why we brought you here, Miss Sannette, to create the balance.
Yes.
The DARC, the handsome one. What's good, kiddo?
What up? What up? Listen, man, this is gonna be fun. I'm all in. Let's do it. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Before we go, you gotta let the audience know what it is, man.
Listen, this your topic though.
No.
That's
You
not it.
forgetting. No, you always say it every episode, man. Let the audience know what it is, man.
Oh, I'm gonna say that later on. I'm gonna save it for one of their questions.
Oh, dig it. All
I'm
right,
gonna
all
save
right.
that. I'm gonna save that.
All right.
I got a couple of things in the chamber I'm gonna use.
Okay.
Oh,
In regards to my fifth pleading.
Oh Lord.
Come on, don't leave me hanging, man. You can't plead the fifth.
Nah, I got you. Ja,
You know what
don't
I'm
worry
saying?
about that. I
Listen,
got
they
you.
ask
Trust.
us, we gotta do our best to answer.
I got you.
So, shout out to all the melanated people across the world, across the diaspora. You dig?
Yes.
Indeed, all shades. You know what I mean? We all beautiful out here. Tonight's
Aren't we?
yeah, man. So tonight's episode, good people, this is gonna be a fun one. We're gonna try our best to answer for our genders, why we do the things we do. Yeah, and we're gonna pose questions to each other. And this is not really about a conversation about back and forth. This is a conversation, this is questions to understand. And for the audience, we're trying to do this, make a concerted effort for you to resonate and try to understand each gender. We're gonna do the best we can. We're gonna answer as best as possible. So with that being said, tonight's episode is Ask the Opposite Sex. In short,
Woo-hoo!
Ask the Ops. Yes, yes indeed.
Okay now.
Yes indeed.
Watch,
Yes, indeed.
watch the ops word because we slide on the ops.
Yeah, we slide.
It's a legendary party
Dig it.
here. So
Dig it. So, being the gentleman that Mr. Dark Mark and I are, we're gonna give the floor to the ladies.
Oh Lord.
Ask away, beautiful ladies, ask away. First question, let's do it.
Well, since Sannette Nicole is our guest, you got to let the guests go first.
Not y'all putting me on the spot tonight.
Come on, now you the guest. You know that you got the floor. It's on you.
Let me loosen up the collar here. Sheesh.
All right.
Uh,
In one seat. My goodness, fellas.
Not fair, right?
All right.
Okay. So anything you throw at me,
Right. It's all good.
park every time. So, first question, you want us to pose a question to you guys, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
either one of us.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, only one of you can answer?
Either one.
Either one.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, whoever would like to answer. Why do men present one way in the beginning of the dating stages and then become a different person once they are comfortable with your
Yes.
dating. Riddle me that, please. And
Mark, you want to take that?
Wow.
oh yeah.
Listen, they come out swinging for the fences, huh?
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
Period. Mhm.
So I'll try my best to answer as always. I always like to have a consensus. So the disclaimer is that this would apply to some men, because
Right.
I can't speak for all.
Right.
So the reason why I say that is because whatever it is approach that we're taking in regards to us being this representative is probably what we think needs to be done in order for us to get you. You understand?
Yes.
So keep in mind the representative, you can't be with this person for long. At
Right.
some point, that skin gonna fall off, that facade gonna fall off, that face is gonna
settles.
fall off.
Yeah.
So by the time this falls off and you get to see the true person, we'd like to think that you into us enough to where you won't leave. Whether you like us enough, whether you love us enough, and you get to see the true person. Again, I'm just keeping it within a small frame, whatever it is that you see once the true person comes about. Whether it's
Right.
extreme enough for you to leave, maybe it won't be. Maybe it's enough for you to stay. But whatever it is you see first, at some point in the come out, we'd like to think you into us enough to where you won't leave and you just stay with us.
But that is called coercion. Like that is like false advertisement. You've coerced me or led me into a false sense of reality by presenting as one way and not being able to upkeep said facade because it's not you, it's not authentic to you. Wouldn't it make sense just to be who you are? It's not to say don't pull out all the stops, but don't do anything that you can't keep up, right? To get me is to act like you don't have me. That's how you keep me. So everything you did to get me, you have to keep up to keep me. So why would the thought process for a male be, I'm going to unravel before her eyes and present something that is less than what her standard was that I was meeting. Now I'm not meeting her standard, but the expectation is now that she's roped in, she should just stay and settle for less than what I was presenting in the beginning.
Right. Again, some men.
Look at D1 sitting with glee. Look at her. Look at her.
Some. Again, I'm not going to say all.
Why would y'all unravel in front of our eyes?
Listen.
Period.
Let me finish.
Yeah, I would love to know why
clearly this does happen, right?
Mhm.
This is a good scenario and a good question. In the perfect world, it would probably not. So I can't sit and say, well, God, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that, because it's not going to stop. So It depends on how much it is that's being revealed that he wasn't doing before. Right. So say 6 months in or a year in, you start to see little things. Now, it's not going to all happen at once. You're going to see little traits that he didn't do initially. Then you're going to see something else. Then you may see 3 or 4 things. At some point, you're going to question it. Whether you have an honest sit down, a heart to heart, whatever it is, or he come full circle and say, hey, listen, I never did this. I'm not this type of person. Listen. But up until that point, you liked whatever you like, or you saw whatever you saw for you to stay. So at that point, it's up to you to make a decision.
Yeah, because
you need to make a decision.
What I saw, right, was a representative. What I saw was what he wanted me to see to get me to be in a false sense of comfort with him. Then exude vulnerability, right? Because once vulnerability comes into play, then the assumption is for some males, not all, like we said, that now they have autonomy or power over the situation. So the goal is to get me to feel comfortable enough to be vulnerable so they can then exploit said vulnerabilities for their own advantage. Now, if you really love and care for a woman and you want longevity with her, then you would think, I'm going to present the best version of myself, the one that I know that I can keep up throughout the relationship, and I'm going to give her the honesty and give her the decision of whether or not she wants to deal with the person that I am as I am and build with me or not. Taking away that ability for me to make a decision is a sign of disrespect. And for me, I don't care how much you love me. You can love me till you're blue in the face. If you don't respect me enough to be honest and transparent with me and give me the context and the clarity that I need to move forward with you, then you're not worthy of my time, me personally.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? And that goes both ways for me too. I need to be as transparent as possible because I need to give my mate, my man, the opportunity to make the decision of whether or not he wants to deal with what comes with me. It's not fair to present something fraudulent. That's not as advertised. You know what I mean? So for me,
I agree with you.
I don't do posturing and I don't do posing at all.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I think
this is me answering and telling you why this happens.
No,
but that's not a gender thing. So
no,
both
it's not.
sexes
It's not
do
a gender thing. I'm just
Right.
speaking as a woman who dates males
Mhm.
and what I've seen. So that's why I asked you, because I'm not
Got it.
saying do this. I'm saying
Yeah.
I've seen this pattern with friends, you know, who are dating guys. I've seen this pattern throughout my adult life. So I'm wondering. I'm not saying that women don't do it, but what I'm saying is from my lens of a woman who dates a man, that there's this posturing, this pump faking, this posing in the dating phase. Everything's gumdrops and lollipops. And then again, they unravel before our eyes. And then, like you said, the hope is, oh, she's so deep in emotionally that she'll just stay and deal with something less than what she deserves.
Definitely.
To me, it's a sign of disrespect for anybody to assume that I would deal with something or you would deal with something less than what you know your standard of relationships are, simply because you're emotionally invested. I think that's an exploitation of one's emotions. It's really disheartening, you know, deplorable, and a waste of time for everybody. Wasteful.
Love it. I love it. I love it.
Do you want?
You got to pose a question back now.
Oh, that's how it's going like that?
Yeah. Whoever answered got to pose a question
Thank
back.
you, Mark.
Go ahead.
I thought that was a good answer. Thank you.
Okay. So this is something a bit lighthearted. So how come in a group of women, or I just say any women in general, when they looking to hook up one of their friends and their friend is extremely unattractive, look like car crash.
Oh no.
I've used that before. I got to use that again. She look like car crash. All right. So let's say I'll use you, for instance, as an example. Let's say I was single and you want to hook me up with one of your friends.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing a guy gonna say, how she look? That's the first thing. We don't ask where she work at. We don't ask about how many kids she got. We don't ask how much she make. We don't ask anything. First thing men say, how she look. Why do women always say that the girl is attractive? Right? And we was just talking about representation, right? We was just talking about being honest, right? About a waste of time and a false representation. Today, I have never, and you know, I have female friends, I've never met some, Mark, listen, she is, but she got a good heart. What? Come on.
I don't have any friends that look like you described.
Right.
And
I mean, that's extreme.
All my friends are amazing. All my friends are baddies. They all look different, but they all bring what needs to be brought each and every time. They're visually and intrinsically pleasing in every way. They are all the things. They are all encompassing. All my friends. Total packages. But if I had a friend that was unattractive, I wouldn't lie about it, but I also wouldn't shade her to appease you. I would just be like, I don't know that she is perhaps your type visually, but I think that she's aligned with you, you know, personality wise, spiritually. Like if I know you well enough to hook you up or to make the suggestion, obviously there would be other factors involved in why I think you would like my friend. So I'm not gonna shade her, say something crazy like car crash, but I'm going I'm going to be honest and say, well, I would say she's not like the type of girls you're used to. That's what I would say. Like, she's not like the type of girls you're used to dating, but I think you need a change. And here's why you guys would mesh. You know, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
I like that. You would.
So I give you the disclaimer but still make you feel like maybe you should, you know.
And it's up to me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
tap in on this one.
No.
Yes.
Don't do that to her.
Come on, D1.
Just for 2 seconds.
Yeah, come on. We here for it. Let's do it.
I agree with Sannette Nicole. All of my friends, and y'all can attest, all of my friends bring. Okay, see, one, calm down.
Don't get him
calm
started.
down.
Don't get him started.
Calm down.
Don't get him started.
Listen.
Don't get him
Calm down.
started.
Good.
I just needed him to get that visceral feeling again. But generally speaking, if I'm to speak for the masses of women, I will generally say that it's usually the men who look like a car crash themselves that are concerned. I'm just saying. So don't worry about what she looked like. Get yourself together.
All right, so let's come on. So as cool as we are, right, for years, so I'm, D1, listen, man, I'm single now. I've been single for a couple of years. What's up with one of your peoples, right? And you happen to know a friend that's single. When you describe her to me, you gonna tell her I look like a car crash?
First of all, if we gonna make this personal now, we gonna make it personal.
Right, I thought we were just
I thought we wasn't making it personal.
Come on.
We asking questions, just questions.
Come on.
Just questions, beautiful people. Just questions.
Personal?
Tamika's right. The males who look the worst, like basura, on the side, the main ones always asking about visuals, and it's really crazy. Their expectations are really outlandish for the way that they look. They want a physically fit woman, but got a beer belly. Like they're looking 8 months pregnant in the tummy. So it's crazy. Like it's usually the guys that look horrendous that are always asking about the visual presentation, for sure. For sure. We're not saying you look like a car crash. You call yourself the handsome one. How could you look like a car crash?
Right. No. But D1 Curve that said, listen, we can't make it personal. You understand?
We just
but
questions, beautiful people.
Nah, I dig it.
Yeah, we just asked
y'all money. We're waiting for D1's question, right?
Yeah. You
go first.
You go ask D1.
It's on me.
Yeah.
It's on you. Shine.
Go.
Okay, let's see. So men are always saying, all men are always saying, I know, see, when you can't stand that, right? All men are always saying that women dress and present for each other, right? We go out, right? Who you wearing that for? You wearing that for me, or you wearing that for the other chicks who are gonna be outside? So my question is, do men do the same thing? Do y'all dress up for other men? Like if y'all walk into a space, do you notice, oh, this dude is physically fit. This dude is in shape. Oh, this dude, he is sharp. Like, do y'all notice that? And do you try to impress each other?
Who's that, for me or Ja?
Let's go to Ja.
Oh.
Ja money.
The answer is no. We do not dress for each other. We dress for y'all.
Are you sure?
We floss for y'all. We peacock for y'all. We stump for y'all.
Period.
Period.
Y'all need to act like it more, because I feel like y'all dress for your friends. Like,
nah.
That's how I feel. I feel it gives romance every day. Like it feels like men have more, like they're more confident or care more about what other males think than they do what we think.
Nah, we don't bromance. In fact, a true crew, a true clique would help each other out. As far as if we're going shopping, we advise each other. Yo, cop this, get that. Or we're going to the barber, we encourage each other. At least.
But that's for the dude.
Right, that's what I'm saying, because you guys don't take our opinions. If you're dressing for us, wouldn't it make sense to take a woman's opinion on what you should wear?
No, we take your opinion. We take your opinion once we're with you. We don't take it when we're trying to get you. We take it.
Well, that's evident.
We take it once we're with you.
for some.
That's evident, because a lot of y'all get upgraded once you meet us, because
that's not necessarily always the case.
No,
there's men out here that got swag. They don't need no upgrading.
Okay.
And their ability to have their stuff together and they swag together, they attract the type of quality women that they get because of their own swag, and the quality women that they get, they swagged out together.
Yeah,
so it's not necessarily.
It's a rarity days. It's a rarity days, but it's I agree.
Yeah. So just speaking from it's I've been hearing, to your point though, Sannette, I've been hearing that there's been a lot of bromance in these days, but for Marks and our generation, there was no bromancing. We get fly, we go shopping, we get fly, and we encourage each other. We like, all right, I see you, okay, and then we go, let's go to the club, let's go get them. You know what I'm saying? But we not flexing on each other. We really trying to impress y'all with the gear, with the car, with the jewelry. It's for y'all. We ain't stunting on each other.
That's the whole mindset. As soon as we go to the barbershop, when is, just going back a couple of years when it was the club scene, when we go in the barbershop, first thing we got to get a line. When the party, Friday after work. Oh damn, I gotta leave work early to go to the barbershop to get a line to go to the party because I know girls are gonna be there.
Facts.
This is all for women.
What about when you're already with somebody though? You're already with somebody, and so you're not flexing to get a woman. You already got a woman.
But see, this is where it differs. This way you separate the men from the boys. This is going back to Sannette's point. Whatever you started with, you gotta keep doing that. If your regular was every Friday or Saturday, you're going to get a lot up, whatever kind of hairstyle you got, you can't let that stop. Granted, a week or two may go by, you may be extra busy. Life happens, life be lifing, right?
That's
like D1 said.
Life be lifing.
Right. So things are gonna come up, but for the most part, you can't stop that. Whatever it is you was wearing and she was attracted to, whatever kind of cologne you liked, or whatever it is you do, you have to keep that up. Because once that starts to go, it's, yo, what's up? You don't such and such no more. You don't do this no more.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, granted, you do have some degree of comfort once you get her, because you kind of feel like, damn, I don't have to advertise anymore. Now, you may not go as extreme as you used to, but certain things just can't fall off.
You have to have a certain level of upkeep, because I think it's a self-respect thing too. That doesn't mean, like you said, you can't be sick, you can't have bad days, you can't.
Certainly.
That's part of lifing. However, I do think it's important for both parties to make the effort, to show that we're making the efforts, to want to dress up or to create some sort of ambiance for one another visually, so
yeah.
I think that that's important. And being a fashion girl, you already know I'm all about the visuals. So I get stimulated by visual presentation. It's very important.
Dig it.
Dig it. Dig it. Now, all right, ladies, my question. Why are women going on dates with men they know they're not attracted to?
Whoa.
having men already invested money into them and going on dates with them, and they got them on their phone as free lunch or free food. Why are women? That is not cool. Why are women going on dates with men they know they're not attracted to?
You just answered your own question with the name and the phone. Because we're hungry. Oh, let me stop. No, I'm just kidding. Keep it
100. I love it. Keep it 100.
All right, dig it.
Keep it 100. Let's go.
You know what? Here's the thing. It depends, right? You said I complete the fifth, but you said I could not answer the question. It depends on the circumstance. Every woman's situation is different. Maybe she just knows that this person is just a good lunch date. There are different people for different functions in your life. Some people present great lunch and brunch dates, and they just are good conversationalists, and they're good for that. And we know that we don't want to necessarily be physical with them. That doesn't mean that we're not entitled to a nice meal out. And I feel like when you talk about investing, right, investing money or monetary items in someone, I don't really think that dinner, brunch, lunch is an investment for a real man. I feel like a real man who's a functional adult with decent finances who is inviting a woman out does not see a brunch or dinner as a real investment. Like, investing in me is like being an angel investor or a silent partner in my brand. Like, that's investing in me, right? Like, scouting out brick and mortar locations for my showroom, that's investing in me, right? Like, those kind of things. Buying me stocks, bonds, mutual funds, bitcoins, a property, you know, a condo, a house, that's investing in me. You buying me something I could buy myself is just your way of trying to gauge interaction with me to try to pull me into a situation of consistent dating. So I don't really see that as something that, like, if a guy has to talk about it, then he doesn't have it. That's what my father always told me, you know, God rest his soul. If he has to tell you or mention what he's done for you, then he doesn't have it to do, and he should have never done it. So for me, for somebody to ever say, I took you to lunch, I took you to dinner, if you had to mention it, then please don't ever do it again. Never. Like, that's the worst thing you could do for me personally. And I think most women, I don't know, D1, how you feel, babe, but I just feel like dinner, lunch, what's that? You're probably taking 10 other girls out anyway, because you're doing you're trying to gauge to see if there is anything worthy of pursuing. And if it's not, it's not. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop going to lunch with you. I mean, if you want to keep going to lunch, it's fine. But I'm going to keep it real. Like, whenever you cross the line, I'm going to let you know. Now, if you keep taking me out, that's on you. That's how you become free lunch in the phone. That's how you become free lunch in the phone.
Free lunch in the phone.
Because like I said, I'll let you know. Most women are going to let you know either verbally, flat out, or in so many words that it's not going anywhere. If you keep taking me out, that's a you problem. You see what I'm saying? You have to listen to understand. Like I always say, if you're really listening, you'll pick up on the cues and you'll say, all right, this is not going away. I'm going to stop taking it out. But most guys are going to keep doing it. I've dated someone for years that has never gotten to the next level, and they won't ever. And that's okay, because it's okay. Obviously, it's okay with them.
Wow.
And I'd add to that, like, John, you said we could, like, we could send the question back. And I'd say, if you're saved as free lunch in my phone, what am I saved as in your phone? Like,
this is a volleyball? You volleyballing? You volleyballing?
I'm volleyballing.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay.
Serve it up.
Wow.
So.
But they say that is in your heart, John.
What we say? Well, what men say women in their phone? It depends.
Yeah,
it depends. How men say women in their phone depends on the vibe they get from that said woman. If said woman is giving off a vibe where she's gonna give it up, just keep it a bean, give it up easy. She's saved on the phone as freak or jump off.
Yikes.
It all depends on. It all depends on what the woman presents to the man. If she presents herself as that, that's what she is on his phone. If a woman is more serious and is about her business, and you know she's not that easy, he's saved as something else, not in a more respectful manner, as far as a label. You dig? So
someone's known as total package.
You see what I'm saying? Because
and they sent a screenshot of like our conversation. I'm like, what's that? And I zoomed in and it says, it's my picture and it says total package.
You dig? You see what I'm saying?
Is this the same person for the year or someone else?
Listen, I don't know who we listen on air. I will not, I plead the fifth. I will not be divulging personal names from my
no names. We ain't giving them no names at all.
It's probably two different people. The point is, you know, like you said, there could be respectful. Like I didn't mind that nickname because it wasn't rude.
Yeah.
So,
dig it.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't care if it's not rude.
Mm-hmm. Dig it. So, all right, back to the guy's turn. Mark, you got a question?
We all went around already?
Yeah, D1 volleyball me. So I answered the question. So it's back to us.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So my question is a little different because, as you know, there's always a double standard when it comes to sex, or a perceived double standard in society. So if a guy asks you your body count, would you tell him, or would you tell him the real number? Granted. Let me preface that. Look, some preface that 9 times out of 10, I'd like to say some men just won't ask that because we probably don't want to know. Then there are some guys that want to know. Granted, but on one of the Chappelle episodes, I mean, please forgive me. I don't want to screw up his whole joke because Chappelle is super funny. But it was something along the lines of, I think he had went to a high school reunion with a young lady or something like that. And somebody brought up a story where she got drunk and she slept with the whole football team. And he was saying, you should have told me this before I came to this thing. Now I look like an asshole. You understand? So back to my question in regards to that. Should I repeat it? Or whoever want to answer, or both of y'all can answer.
Wait, what was the question? Yeah, I missed it.
I kind of got lost in the Chappelle.
Yeah. What question? What was it?
I know this audio is fine, so let me move it a little closer. So and pronunciate, right? So if a guy that you were seeing interested in dating, going to lunch or dinner with, what have you, you got eyes for, asked you your body count, would you tell him, and would you tell him the true answer?
Wait, you're asking about general women, right? Because the way you said that felt directed.
I'm asking about you too.
I thought that was not allowed.
But it's only us 4 on here.
In general. But they represent the general like we are.
We represent right now.
Right, okay.
So
I'm asking you two, generally speaking.
Generally speaking, I will say that I don't think that is a question that someone should ask. I would think, I don't, what kind of dynamic is this? Is this just like new dating in the beginning? Is this like preliminary dating, or is this like,
again, everybody's different? All right, so let's say let's say y'all been on about 3 or 4 dates. Clearly is some interest there. Y'all have never been intimate or anything like that, but it's moving towards that. You understand? Granted, some guys want to know that, some guys don't. So this is a situation where this guy wants to know, and he asks.
If he's willing to give his, then I'm willing to give mine. But you're not going to ask me and put me in an uncomfortable situation to provide intimate details about my past if you're not willing to do the same. So I wouldn't ask anything of anyone that I'm not willing to do myself. So I'm only answering it if he is willing to divulge his information as well. I really don't feel, as long as I'm safe, like if you ask me for paperwork, like test results, absolutely, because I'm gonna ask you. But now,
so after you answer, so after you answer, you give the honest answer, and he go, "Wow."
He's not, listen.
So he don't put you in the box.
He might go wow to the average woman, but he ain't gonna go wow to me. Cause Sannette Nicole is exclusive in every facet. Wow, over here it's not.
Tokyo is girl.
D1, what we got?
What? Women are honest all the time. Women tell the truth.
Period. We don't lie. We're pure.
Pure.
But again, we're not going to tell you something that you're not willing to divulge yourself. Like, why?
Right, but keep in mind that's looked upon different when it comes to men and women. So with men, of course, it's looked upon as prideful.
Right.
It's something, until you reach a certain age. Granted, if I was 25, 26 years old, and me and my friends, we counting numbers, it's a sense of pride for me to have more than this guy. But as you graduate and you evolve, you move up into your later years in life. At this point, it doesn't mean anything. Now, it may be some men that may still ask that. But my take on it is, if I'm bold enough to ask, I have to accept the answer,
Right.
regardless of what it is. You understand?
Right.
But body count, I feel like this goes right back to the earlier question that led to the bromance, because men share their body count, you just said, with other men because it's a badge of honor. Yeah. You're not sharing your true body count with women. You're not
shameful.
Oh yes. If you ask, what is there to lie about?
Men in general, right, are not sharing their real body count with women. Men in general will share their body count, their true body count, with other dudes. Men in general might lie about their body count to other dudes and up it up because you want that accolade from another man. You're not looking for that accolade from the woman you trying to date or you trying to wife.
I agree.
But what are we losing by making it lower? Right. So let's say what did Will Chamberlain say? 100,000, 30,000. What did Will Chamberlain say?
20.
Whatever it was, he said that for y'all. He ain't say that for women. Women sit there and go, "Oh my God."
That's not attractive to us.
I'm sure they did. Come on now.
Women in general are not attracted to that. Women in general are not looking for how the higher your body count is, the more we want you. That's generally not what women are looking for.
Period.
You can't ask us a question and then answer it for us.
Right. Okay, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Okay. You're right. Nah, you're right. You're right.
Absolutely like that.
Right.
That's giving dirtball. That's giving community shock. That's not giving somebody that you want to be exclusive with. Like, the higher your body count, the farther I'll step back. Like, ay.
Mm-hmm.
That's not cute. It's about your experience. It's about if you know what to do with it. It's not about how many girls you knock down, because you can knock down girls and still don't know what to do with it.
Dig it.
So that's not impressive or cute.
Dig it. Go ahead, ladies.
It's on you.
Why are men afraid of women? That's my question. It's not whether or not you're afraid of women in general. It is why are men in general afraid of women?
Make sure you're clear. She made it clear.
Oh, okay. You want to take that, Mark, or you want me to take it?
I don't. I mean, I need some context. What are we going off of? That's too broad.
Yeah. Can you give us context?
Yeah, give me some context or a scenario.
Okay.
Or something.
Yeah. Okay. So the context is men seem to like to lie to women. Men seem to like to mislead women. Mm-hmm. Men seem to, in general, not these two fine fellows here, not you two. No, not you two. But men in general in the world out there somewhere.
Sarcasm oozing out the mouth there. It's sarcasm oozing. But go ahead, Devon. Go ahead.
Sarcasm? What sarcasm?
Go ahead, Devon. Go ahead. Finish, my dear. Finish.
All of these behaviors lead me to believe, if you can't tell me the truth, if you can't come to me as your true self, if you send a representative, it leads me to believe that you must be afraid of me. So what makes you afraid of women?
Sorry, I do the ad-libs for my good sis. Go ahead.
So that context didn't help any.
What?
Because what men are scared of women in what regard?
She just told you, sir.
Right, but so all right, so let's backtrack some. Let me go back to my sum, right? I'm gonna have to keep using it a lot. As much as John and I are trying to represent, let's go back into this say some, right? So you know some men, right, that don't do that, right? Can we have a consensus here that don't do that?
Men who don't lie?
No. I'm just saying some men who don't send a representative. Some men that you meet on the first 2 dates, right? whatever it is you see that maybe 6 or 7 months later or a year later. Can we just have a consensus? Because
all those unicorns,
we can't just say every single dude you've ever met or been in a relationship with or went out on a date with, every single one of them changed as time went on. Then that'll make it very difficult for me to answer it that way if you're already thinking every single man does this. There has to be some standard to say, you know what? Maybe my girlfriend did, or maybe I did, or maybe my sister met this guy and he's still the same way. They having such a fruitful and loving marriage. And he stayed the same way he was from the jump. Granted, they're going to go through their ups and downs as couples do. I get it. That's going to happen. But there has to be some example of where it did go right.
So let me rephrase my question.
You understand what I'm saying?
Why are some men afraid of some women? Does that help?
That helps somewhat.
Okay.
So when the last episode that we had, that we just did, that we brought up, that really don't come up when we having these conversations about this, I think some of that has to do with self-esteem. I have to bring that up again. Now, granted, you don't want the dude's confidence to be over the top. Soon as he get there, you understand, you have to wait on him hand and foot, or he's doing you a service by being in your presence. You don't want his ego to be that big, but he has to have some sort of confidence about himself. And you have to see that, right? You have to see that confidence coming off of him. You have to see that exuding from him. Now, not everybody feels like that. It may be an extremely attractive woman. He'd been waiting to date for a very long time. He worked up the courage to ask her. She said yes. He probably thought she was going to say, though, now they out. He don't know what to do now. Again, let me go back to saying something. This is a different situation. She go to the restroom, he may dial up. Yo, I'm here with her now. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. What should I order for her? Should I let her order? And some men that are scared of women in that regard, not scared in a fearful way of some physical intimidation, but scared of what it might lead to. It may lead to something that he really wants, and he may not be prepared for it because he's intimidated by her. Could be a lot of factors. She could make more than him. She could have a car that looks better than his. She could have a bigger house. All these things factor in that decision. All he's looking at is the physical. Now he has her, they out, and they just having a nice time. I think self-esteem play a big part in that. That's the best way I could answer it. For me to just generalize and say all men, because we know for a fact that don't always go like that. And there's some guys that really stay true to who they are a year, 2, 3 years in.
Self-esteem is your answer then?
I think self-esteem plays a big part in that. I mean, the whole answer, you know, I probably wouldn't be able to give a whole answer and just say every single dude, but I think self-esteem plays a big part to that, because you said, why are men scared? I don't know what it is to be scared of. If it's someone that you like, I don't know where the fear comes in that. So it got to be something inside of the male.
Dig it.
Got it.
Yeah, Mark. Got to throw a question out now. You answered.
Oh, it's back to me.
Yeah.
All right. So this is you know, something lighthearted as well. Just something that, you know.
Our questions have been lighthearted.
This is
they haven't. Don't get to lying on here, sir.
This is something that people do, not just women. This is something that people do. But I'll just make it fun. So on your Tinder profile, right? On your Tinder profile, how current would the picture be that you put up on there?
I don't do online dating. Disclaimer, but my pictures are good enough that they can be recent. Like I was told actually by a friend that does online date that like I would never actually meet anyone if I did try, because everyone would think I was a catfish because my pictures look so nice. And I'm like, so you want me to take bad pictures to online date. Like that doesn't make any sense. But I don't subscribe to online dating. It's no shade to people who do. It makes me uncomfortable.
Oh, okay. I dig it. I respect that.
I'm just traditional. Like I'm a modern girl, but I'm very traditional. Like in the sense of I feel like I want to have an organic connection face to face and in person. I don't want to meet someone through a computer screen. It makes me uncomfortable. And I watch too much true crime, I think.
Yeah, it might be an axe murderer.
Yeah, I can't get with it.
So is this something that you would never do, or currently you're just not interested in doing that at all?
I never say never, but currently I'm not interested. I had a friend who actually set up a profile for me for like 2 days, and I'm like, can you please take it down, because I'm not ever going to answer anybody that's on this site. Like I don't know how this works. I don't want to know. Like it's just not my zhuzh. And I feel like the same way I respect people who think it's great. I have a cousin who was married from meeting a gentleman on one of those sites, and they're happily married. They have a beautiful home, beautiful baby, and everything's great with them. It works for some people, but it just doesn't work for me, So I respect other people's process. I need them to respect mine. I can't get with it. I have to meet you the organic way, or I just guess I'm not going to meet anyone.
Respect.
All right, ladies.
Who question is it now?
Ladies' turn.
Okay. We're keeping it lighthearted, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Wherever you want to go. Wherever you want to go.
That's what y'all said. Y'all said lighthearted.
We got about 15 left, y'all. 15.
Okay, so real quick. Why do men have trouble expressing how they feel emotionally to a woman? Like, why do you guys think, or do you guys think that it's some sort of a slight to your masculinity to be vulnerable with us?
Men have trouble expressing their emotions to their women because men don't feel comfortable expressing it to women. Some men out there feel that it's going to be thrown in their face. Some men don't trust women with their total emotions and how they feel about things, so that's why they hold it in. They don't trust women. They don't trust women with that in-depth thing. So
but why not trust what you came from? You came out of a woman, but you don't trust a woman. She brought you into the world, but you don't trust a woman enough to express yourself to.
Yeah, unfortunately, in a lot of cases with men, yeah. Because
do you feel like that's a conditional thing, that like a societal thing where society has conditioned men not to trust women, to rely on women, but not to trust them? Do you see what I mean?
Both. Men, especially prideful men, is doing neither, not relying on them or trusting them with their emotions.
I do feel in a lot of ways, I mean, if you've had, everybody's relationship with their parents are different, but if you've had a mother who was nurturing or caring, then at some point in your life, you've relied on a woman, right? To sustain you. Right. So my whole point is, in thinking that the mate you pick, the woman that you pick, would have a similar ability or effect on you, right? Then why would you not trust said woman? If you're going to make a life with a woman, how could you not trust the person you're going to lay next to each night and to build with? It's weird to me. That's why I'm asking, because you guys expect us to be hyper emotional, but we don't trust you as far as we can throw you most times either. But we put ourselves in positions to try to make the effort to trust you, even when we are disappointed, right? Or deceived. So my question would be, because we actually make the effort, despite whether or not you guys are being truthful to us, wouldn't it make sense, even if it's not your norm or the societal male role to entrust a woman with your feelings, wouldn't it make sense for a fruitful relationship to try? Do you know what I mean? Air quotes, like, does it?
Yeah. I 100% understand what you mean. I'm 100% agreement. But this is the story with a lot of men. We can attribute it to societal programming. We can also attribute it to unstable relationship between mother and son. Hence,
Yes.
they carry out hence they feel they have to withhold emotions to themselves, and they can't trust anybody. They feel they need to be dependent on themselves, have to figure it out by themselves. And as we're all programmed in society as certain qualities and characteristics that man should have to move in society, it's once ingrained in that program, it's important for him to move that way. And part of that entails is figuring it out. A man needs to figure it out. Men are intrinsically problem solvers. If we can't solve a problem, it upsets us.
Ding, ding, ding. Say it again for the people in the back. They should be, because the new generation is not.
Oh, wow.
Please, we need more problem-solving men. Yes, we do.
Listen, Mark and myself are Gen Xers, so I can only speak from a Gen Xer standpoint.
Got it. I'm speaking from the millennial lens. We need more problem solvers in the millennial generation, please. And thank you.
That's why we're doing this.
Wow.
Yeah, we need. I might have to date a Gen Xer because he's looking like solution-based and problem solving. It's just how I was raised. Like I was raised by a Gen X man, so it's like solution-based problem solving. That's what I know from a man. That doesn't mean that you don't need my help, but I look for those qualities. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean to to Mark's point in our previous episode, I actually speak on that, the relationship between man and woman. They, the man doesn't necessarily have to figure it out on his own. He should, if he has a queen by his side, a true quality woman, a queen by his side, he should consult with her. He should have a conversation with her and hear her input.
Absolutely.
A woman is not only just nurturing and domestic. She's fucking intelligent. Sorry, Ben.
The brains behind the operation.
You know what I'm saying? She's intelligent as well. Why would you not get insight from her? The one that's by your side. You know what I mean? Right. Why would you not get that input or get that insight and that type of conversation, that feedback? Brainstorm. A thing like that, so you can come to a conclusion. That's the essence of a true power couple. You come to that one conclusion, right? Okay. But to answer your question, it's that feeling of I have to depend on myself. I'm on my own, and I can't trust anybody with this because nobody will be able to understand, especially a woman. Now she wouldn't be able to understand. Why that woman wouldn't be able to understand? Because my mother ain't understand, or for lack of a better explanation, my mother ain't understand. My mother, it was estranged, you know what I mean? So, that's to answer that question.
Well, it's crazy because we're similar in that way, men and women, because we always feel like we have to shoulder the burdens, particularly Black women. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure D1 could attest to this as well. Like we always feel like we have to shoulder the burden of responsibility of problem solving on our own, especially in the millennial generation, and that we can't really be too vulnerable because again, it'll be exploited for the other person's gain as opposed to used to help and to problem solve and to build and to elevate one another. So that's something that, particularly I know that my generation of women struggles with as well. Like we feel like we are conditioned to have to figure it out. Like you're a Black woman, you're strong, figure it out on your own. You don't need anyone to help you. You don't need a man to help you, but it's not about needing, it's about wanting and deserving a partner, a worthy partner to help me. I know I can do it by myself. I shouldn't have to, is the point.
You know what I mean? Yep. Dig it. Okay. That was good. That was good. So let me see what we got. 8 more. All right. I think the guys can do one more. Y'all can do one more, and I'll be able to wrap it up. So mine is a very old school question. It seems to
take you back to the old school.
Yeah. It's kind of old school. It's kind of like everybody, their mother, father, grandmother, sister, uncle had this discussion. So I'll just throw it out there. Nice guys. Why do women not appreciate them at first? Why does it have to take them years later when they go through dealing with so-called bad boys to finally realize that the nice guy is the best guy? Why does it take women years later to finally realize that?
Sometimes a nice guy is not the best guy. Sometimes a nice guy a F-boy in disguise too. So don't, it's a smokescreen sometimes.
A genuine nice man. Not the representative. The until the end of the road boys to men kind of guy.
Don't sing.
I'm not singing.
Don't sing.
Don't sing.
Ain't doing it.
Are you a singer?
The baby face. As soon as I get home from work, I'll pay your rent. I'll run your bath. I'll cook your dinner too.
We love those kinds. Those are extinct.
We don't. Yeah, not at first. Y'all don't.
Listen, I got to answer that question from an individual perspective first.
Go ahead, T.
Jump in.
Because I love Tamika. D1 loves a nice guy.
Right.
I love them. They make me so happy. Like, yes, sing songs to me and like croon into, I love the whole take me to the carnival and let's ride the Ferris wheel and share. Oh my God.
I love a good romantic man.
I've fallen for them. So
that's the disclaimer.
I just gotta say, from my perspective, from my individual perspective, but from the wider perspective, I think that women don't agree with men. Like, I think the men who think they're nice guys, women generally don't really think you're a nice guy. So there's some disconnect there. There's something that's not, and I've been hearing this my entire life. You right, Ja. This is an old school conversation because I've been hearing it forever. Nice guys finish last. You want a thug. I never want a thug. I don't want them problems. I'm not transporting nothing in my private parts. I'm not doing that. I'm not
Just one time. Famous last word. Just
what?
One time.
No.
And I'm recording stuff. You do something bad, I'ma run tell that. Like, I'm that chick. I don't need a bad guy. I need a good guy. I need a law-abiding fella. And I think that's the issue.
A law-abiding fella. I love that.
Somebody simple. I'm a punk. I'm too much of a punk for that stuff. But I think in general, to speak for the collective, I don't think we agree. I think some of y'all think y'all nice guys and we looking like, no, your body count is too high. You're not nice.
I think like you said, like D1 said, it's the lens for which you always have to consider the lens for which you see things through, for which others see things through. My version of a nice guy may not be what you as a man see as a nice guy. So that's what D1's talking about, the disconnect. I think it's just what do we deem to be the quote unquote nice guy? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I love a nice guy. I love a romance is life. But I do need a little edge. Again, that doesn't mean I'm transporting anything or taking state to state trips with you, or, you know what I'm saying, going to put money on your commissary. I'm not doing that.
Wow.
But I'm not doing, but I feel like if you're really that big and bad, you'll have your own commissary already handled. But anyway, I feel like I need a little bit of edge, but that doesn't mean I don't want you to be a nice guy. I want to know that you can protect me, but I also want to know that you're going to pull out all the stops when it comes to making me feel like a woman and being romantic and doing the things that are necessary to make me happy. So I need a combination.
Dig it.
I need a unicorn.
Dig it. Great answers, y'all. All right, last one. Y'all two. One of y'all two. Hit us. Last one.
This one is light. This one is light, easy. We ended on a high note.
I'm
not starting no trouble. I'm not inciting any fires.
Start trouble.
Now you got a little fire, sis. Come on, I got your back.
Is smooth. This is smooth and easy. This is a little nightcap.
Nightcap.
Yeah. How do men feel about women proposing?
Ugh. Never mind. Let me be quiet.
Woo. Woo.
Woo.
Wow.
Mark, I love that question. I want to know.
You know, you know, as much as it is that I'm not a traditionalist, depending on where I'm at with her, if I'm there for us to get married, we reached that plateau where we want to do that, I would say yes, but I would prefer if I did it. Because as we move on and take those little steps for us to even entertain the notion of marriage, so I would like to think we're both in that headspace, and she's thinking we're in that headspace because she's proposing that I would say yes, and I'm there to say it, but I've already thought about how I'm gonna say it. We've already went ring shopping. I already know where I'm gonna kneel at, and everything. I already thought about it. So I would prefer if I did it, because I think that's taken away from the thunder that I have in mind. I want all this to be elaborate. I want her to cry. I want all the pomp and circumstances that come with it. I prefer if I did it. Now, if she do it, nah, I ain't gonna do that, because that's supposed to be a beautiful moment. That's something you remember all through the rest of your marriage, the proposal. But speaking for me, I would rather do it.
Yeah.
I would rather you do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I echo.
I'd rather do it.
Yeah, I echo those sentiments. I like to consider myself. Well, I still, my romantic game needs a little work, but I consider myself romantic.
Why you mumble that part?
And he
Yeah,
keeps
say it louder, please.
He keeps looking. He's still doing this.
The look off. Yeah. Sannette, you got to witness the look off. They always get on me about my look off, my look away.
Yeah.
What needs a little work, sir? We didn't hear you. Sorry.
Say that one now.
What did you say needs a little work? We needed to hear it again. Sorry.
I think y'all did, but listen, I say I looked off again. You see that?
Yeah. We know why. We know why.
She not coming. I make a concerted effort to be a romantic man. So I come from that tree, the romantic tree. So I rather do it, set it up, and I'd rather do it and see her reaction, and you know what I'm saying? Because I proposed to my wife, so I proposed to my wife after having a solid understanding that we was going to tie the knot.
Mm-hmm.
So it just made it more easier. So I proposed. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna say that's interesting to see a woman propose.
Yeah. I'm not gonna yuck nobody's yum, but
we'll use the word interesting.
Yeah.
We're gonna agree on that word, interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, it's happening.
Yeah,
it's happening.
I don't care what year we live in. I think that the man should just do it. I think.
Yeah,
for me personally,
I'm with that. I'm with that.
I dig it. Yes, and on that note, wow, we ended on a high note. Good job, D1. Have us ending on a high note. Yes, so we all.
Great job, D1.
Yes. Great job to you, Miss Sannette.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for having me. I had so much fun.
Yes. You gotta come on again.
Yes.
Come on.
Hit me up anytime.
A pleasure. Listen, please tell the audience and the viewers and our listeners when your show comes on.
That's right.
Yes. Sannette Nicole approved, the podcast, home of all things fashion, fabulosity, luxury, and life lessons, comes on every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. on 92.6 The Spot. And you can follow me at Sannette.Nicole on Instagram, Sannette Nicole all together on Twitter, TikTok, all other platforms.
Yes, ma'am.
92.6 The Spot. You can also catch Not Right Now Wrong every Friday, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Where we on Twitter, we on Facebook, we on Instagram, we on YouTube. Just check us out.
Yeah,
tell everybody about it. Tell everybody about it once you see this episode.
That's right.
Check out Sannette Nicole show so you can be approved.
Yes.
And let's just keep rocking.
Nicole's approval.
Yes, you can book me at SannetteNicole.com too if you would like a personal style session or discovery call, or find out about how I style clothes and sew souls and all the other zhuzh that I have going on.
Listen, I think Ja may need you for that because he's the only person I know that wears a green cashmere coat.
Right.
You understand? You know.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. No doubt.
You know, he may need you for that.
is Sannette Nicole approved. Anything cashmere is
bong.
Okay.
Ding,
Leave
bong.
Mayor Ja alone.
Don't play with him.
Bong.
Green cashmere is hitting. It's hitting. I gotta see what you're wearing it with though. So
yeah.
You have to come on Sannette Nicole approved, and I have to maybe evaluate.
She got to see what you rocking it with, Ja. You gotta have the whole.
Yeah, I'm gonna come through with the green cashmere and then
and the red and white Adidas tracksuit.
No. You can leave that home. You can leave that one home. Bring the cashmere.
Yeah. But listen, y'all. Thanks y'all for listening. And watch the video, the following video. You'll see the beautiful Miss Sannette Nicole on the YouTube. And on behalf of the great Empress D1. And King Dark Mark, the DARC.
Hey, still handsome.
Yes. Yes. And our special guest, the other Empress, Sannette Nicole. This is your boy, Just Ja. Till next time, we see y'all. Yes.